going on YouTube? I'm Slosh, and today we are going to be talking about The Division again. And more importantly, we're going to be talking about the current meta in The Division. Now, the meta is a word you hear quite a bit tossed around in video games today, and a lot of people really like to complain about the current meta. But unfortunately, I don't think it's something that we can avoid in today's current internet as far as how popular things are like Reddit and Twitch and seeing what the best players are playing with. You always are going to have kind of a current meta in every game you play. You know, you see things like the Gallowhorn meta in Destiny or the VMP meta in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But seeing as how The Division is a new game, a meta has now kind of developed in the game, and we're going to be talking about what the current meta is, kind of what I think is the best setup, because again, this is my opinion. This isn't fact, but you know, please, please, please take heed to what I say, because it is a very good setup to run. I think it is the best thing to run, and that's why it is considered the current meta. First and foremost, let's get right into it. So, the three things we're going to be looking at right off the bat are your firearms, stamina, and electronics. Straight up, I'm going to be honest with you guys, electronics, it's pretty garbage. It doesn't really help you out for any of the skills that you run. So, just forget about it, basically. If you have weapon talents or things like that that require a high electronic skill, you're probably better off trying to get new weapons that don't. And that's just the way it is. As far as stamina, your stamina number doesn't really matter as long as your health is above 60,000. Now you have to have your health above 60,000. I know you see some streamers out there, they've got the low health, they're glass cannons they call themselves. They're playing with a lot of people a lot of the time. They're always in group play. If you're playing solo and group play, you have to have your health above 60,000. This allows you to not get one shot by shotgunners. This allows you to not get one shot by marksman rifles, things like that. You know, once you get north of that 60,000 range, you're going to focus all of your other attributes into your firearms. Firearms is your best stat. Focus on your gunplay. You know, the better you can shoot your guns in a shooter game, the better you're going to be at the game. Okay? So that's why you're going to focus on that firearm stat. Now, as you can see, I've got a very high firearm stat. I can get into that in a different video when I start to talk about the mods and all my armor and things like that. But for now, we're just going to focus on the meta, kind of how you want to set up your character and things like that. So now that we've talked about firearms, stamina, electronics, things like that, we're going to really focus on the weapons now. What you see here is a SMG, the MP5 more specifically. Now, a lot of people are all running a Vector, which is the easiest to craft, and I highly recommend it. I fortunately have been lucky enough to hit rank 50 in the Dark Zone and buy the MP5 pattern. So I've crafted some MP5s and I've got a good one with some good talents. But you have to run an SMG in today's meta. The reason being, you see that baked crit hit chance? It's baked right into the gun, 22.5%. That means straight up, if I don't have any crit hit chance on any piece of my gear, no crit hit chance on any of the mods on my weapon, that means I'm getting plus 22.5% crit hit chance no matter what. And it's just too damn good. You can't pass it up. That's why I highly recommend running an SMG. You have to do it. Now, this really allows SMGs to really flourish because not only is the crit hit chance phenomenal, there's so many talents that work well with crit hit chance on SMGs and weapons in general. But I'm not going to get too into the talents today of weapons. I am going to do that in another video coming out where I'll have a flowchart for you guys. I'll show you what you want to roll in your Vector or SMGs, any SMG you're crafting, and it'll be on point. I will have that in the description down below when I do get that video out. But for now, we're not going to focus too much on the talents. So we're going to talk about your secondary weapon. Now, if you're running an SMG, your secondary weapon you want to go with is a marksman rifle. This being, you'd want to stay away from an assault rifle. An SMG can do everything an assault rifle can do and do it better. Alright? An SMG can do everything an LMG can do and do it better. So the only thing it can't do better than is a marksman rifle. So that only leaves you with one other option, a marksman rifle. And you don't want just any marksman rifle. You want an M1A. Now let me tell you, they are by far the best marksman rifle. The reason being is, as you can see, that 41.9k damage, that's a very high damage marksman rifle. Almost on par with bolt action, but yet they're semi-automatic. And on top of that, they've got a larger magazine than bolt action rifles. So there really is no downside to an M1A. They're way better than the MK17s, the Scars, and things like that, which have low damage marksman rifles. They are by far the best. Um, there's nothing better. Get your hands on an M1A, whether it be a classic M1A, a first wave M1A, or a SOCOM M1A. You need an M1A. Now, the first wave M1A is technically the best M1A because you can put the most amount of mods on it. It does have a mod slot in every one. As you can see, my classic M1A is missing an underbarrel mod slot. It's okay. It doesn't need it. It's still an incredible weapon. Alright? Next, we're going to start to talk about skills. What skills you're looking to run. Things like that. Alright? So, first and foremost, again, this is opinion. You can run what you want. But as someone who plays a lot of solo and occasionally plays with friends, I find that this is the best setup to get me through both. And what that allows me to do is I don't have to worry about having alternate pieces of gear. I don't have to worry about recalibrating multiple pieces of gear in the same gear slot, you know. And that, with that being said, that means I'm going to run Pulse. Pulse is, I think, the best skill if you're running solo. And if you can manage to run Pulse while you're in a group 2, because you're one of the few guys who does, and not everyone's going to, because you only need 2 in a group of 4, or else you're going to be doubling up pulses and they don't stack, so it's no good. But if you can be the guy running Pulse, you are set, because then you can calibrate all your gear around Pulse. You want to get Pulse critical hit damage on your gear. Then it's good for group and it's good for solo. It's perfect. The mod you do want to roll on your Pulse is Tactical Scanner. It gives you more damage attacking targets that are identified by the scan, and more damage is always a good thing. The other ones aren't that great. Anyways, so the other one I like to go with a lot when I'm running solo and when I'm in a group is Smart Cover. Now, that's especially with the mod recharger, because when you're running solo, a lot of the times you're kind of sitting behind cover, popping your head up, shooting people, and Smart Cover is fantastic for that. You get damage reduction, you get a damage boost, and you also get a heal from it. Now, this kind of covers all 3 areas, so why wouldn't you run it? There is no downside to Smart Cover, aside from the fact that it's not everywhere, but you can pick up a talent, and you can get your Smart Cover to last almost permanently, and I'll show you that in just a second when I get into the talents, but the Smart Cover is phenomenal. Some other options you do have are the tech options. I do like the tech options if you're really into crowd controlling mobs. And again, these tech options are going to be tech options that don't require electronics skill. Now, you're thinking, but that's what electronics does. It helps my tech. Well, if you're running the CC portions of, you know, the crowd control modifications on your tech skills, you don't need skill power. They don't do damage. So what good is skill power then? So you can still skip skill power and have some good tech skill choices. That being said, you're looking at Flashbang on the Sticky Bomb. Really good for if you're running into a group of mods in challenge modes where they're all standing together, you throw Flashbang in, boom, they're all stunned, and you can just light them up. Especially if you've got others pop in Smart Covers, Pulses, everyone gets those damage boosts going, stun them all, and you light them all up. Another good crowd control one is the Zapper on the turret. Now, this does 2 things. It not only crowd controls your mob, makes them stand up out from behind cover, it also stops them from killing your turret, which is a big thing. If you try to run the turret with just the damage boost, usually it's pretty easy for them to just shoot the turret and kill it. The Zapper stops them from being able to shoot all around, so therefore they can't even kill your turret sometimes. So it is a good option. It's not the best option. I'm going to throw that one out there for you guys. And last is the Seeker Mine Gas Charge. It's good. You know, it does a good job of getting behind cover and popping the guys out from behind cover, better than the Zapper does for sure, because the Zapper can't shoot around walls, but the Seeker Mine can certainly go around walls. But it's really just, it doesn't have a lot of benefits that the Smart Cover provides. Smart Cover can stack when you're in groups. It's great for solo play. Like, there is no downside to running Smart Cover. Real quick, just talk about the other 2 skills in First Aid. The First Aid heal can be alright if you're looking for a quick burst heal, especially if you run it with Booster Shot over here. That gives you increased damage for the affected targets. So heal yourself, you get increased damage. It's a good thing. You can run the Overdose, which gives you a bigger heal. So that's a good thing. No skill power, so again, you're not going to get a lot of heal out of your heal. So if you can run more heal out of it, then again, it can be alright. And lastly, if you're in a group and you don't want to run Pauls because 2 other people are running Pauls, people are running out of ammo, things like that, you can run Support Station Ammo Cache. It's a good skill for group play. It kind of gives everyone ammo regen and things like that. While it heals them, nothing wrong with it. Last but not least, we are certainly going to talk about the signature skill. Now, there is no reason to run any other signature skill than Survivor Link. It is by far the best. It not only gives you huge damage reduction, but it also gives you movement speed. So, you're getting rushed by shotgunners, pop Survivor Link, run away, get behind cover, light them up while you're taking less damage. It's perfect. If you get yourself into a situation, it is the ultimate oh shit button. You can get out of them most of the time with Survivor Link. The problem with the other ones, Tactical Link, unless you're the guy sitting 40 yards back from your friends, doing nothing but sniping, glass cannon, you could maybe run Tactical Link, get some boost on your marksman rifle shots, but it's not great for when you're in trouble. I'm always looking for that kind of something that's going to save you, and Tactical Link is never going to save you. It'll just make things die faster. Recover Link, you're saying, oh, perfect, Recover Link can save me. But the problem with the Recover Link is, say you're getting rushed by 3 shotgunners, you managed to kill 1, you got 2 left. Pop your Recover Link because you're down to no health. You get full health back. You go to shoot those 2. They're still shooting at you. You're going to die almost immediately, even though you just had a huge heal. The great thing about Survivor Link is 3 shotgunners can sit there and just blast you with shotgun, 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 and you can eat those bullets while you're killing them. You can get away from them with Survivor Link. You can't do that with Recovery Link. Okay? That's why I highly suggest running Survivor Link. I highly suggest running Pulse. I highly suggest running Smart Cover, especially if you're doing group and solo play with the Smart Cover. Alright? Lastly, we are going to talk about talents. And I'm going to start with the numero uno, absolute number 1. You have to run it. If you don't run it, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this without being impolite, but you're an idiot, okay? 1 is none is the best. Headshot a hostile to have a 50% chance of not consuming the bullet. It's great if you manage to get your SMG headshots in. It's amazing for marksman rifles. Everything about this talent is amazing, okay? You have to run it. This isn't an opinion here. This one's a fact. 1 is none is the best talent in the division. With that being said, that allows us a lot of other options. So I would say this is the part of the video where I'm kind of done maybe talking about the meta, and now we get to kind of build the talents to our gameplay. So you don't, meta usually means like you have to run these things or you're just nerfing or gimping yourself. With the talents in the division, they do a good job of allowing you to run a bunch of different options to whatever kind of fits your gameplay. I am going to show you what I use. One that I really like, especially when I'm running Smart Cover, is Tech Support. Kill a hostile while any skill is deployed to extend any active skills duration by 10%. This talent does phenomenal things for your Smart Cover. It keeps it up for a longer time as you're killing people, and you're going to kill more people while your Smart Cover's up, because not only are you taking less damage, you're also getting a boost in damage. And while you're getting that boost in damage, you're getting healed. So now you're killing people, your Smart Cover's staying down, you're getting that health regen back. It's great for that, alright? It's also great for group play, solo play, it's just all around good. Now, these other ones can really be moved around quite a bit. I personally like On the Move. I do a lot of my SMG kills while strafing, so this buff is up quite a bit on me, and it reduces incoming damage by 30% for 10 seconds when you kill an enemy while moving. This is really nice when you're kind of moving to the next cover. You're not under a lot of fire, so you're able to fire that SMG while you're moving to cover. It gives you a lot of reduced damage coming in. The last one I run is Steady Hands. This one I do move around quite a bit. I do like Steady Hands when I'm running solo, because especially with Smart Cover and my marksman rifle, you pop your Smart Cover on some cover, you sit down on the cover, and you get reduced recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. Now, this is great on a marksman rifle. You can kind of keep the bullets right on the target's head. And the good thing about this talent is if it runs out for those 10 seconds, all you have to do is stand up and sit back down again, get behind cover. You're going to get it for another 10 seconds. Now, it doesn't stack, so if you have 5 seconds left on it, you stand up and sit back down, it doesn't pop back up to 10 seconds. You have to wait for it to run out to be able to reapply it. You kind of have to make sure you're looking at your buff bar. I don't know how many of you guys play games like World of Warcraft or Diablo, but in those games, the RPG type style of game, you you really have to pay attention to your buff bar. This is one of those stats where it kind of requires a little bit of micromanagement when you're paying attention to your buff bar and things like that. Let's talk about some of the other talents that are pretty good. Precision can be good. Headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds. I will say this, it doesn't give you the damage, the crit hit chance, and the crit hit damage bonus from pulse, so it's not phenomenal, but it is nice to kind of pulse an enemy so you know exactly where they're at. You can see them through walls, things like that. Another talent I do like to run is critical save, especially if I'm in the dark zone. There's a lot of rogues around, or I'm going rogue, things like that. This one can be really good for the PvP benefit. Use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. It can be a lifesaver at times. This one and On the Move are good damage reduction ones. But as far as the other talents, unless you're running like a healer build, which isn't too great, anyways, there's not a whole lot of other options. This one's not bad. Tactical Advance, complete a cover-to-cover move to increase weapon damage by 2% per meter covered for 10 seconds. It is a good one if you do a lot of cover-to-cover move. If you are good at cover-to-cover moves, it is a really, really actually good option. I think, you know, as far as other talents, that's about it. There's not a lot of great options out there the rest of the way. So that's about it, guys. You know, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the videos that I'm coming out with. I do have many more coming down the road with guides as how you want your talents to be on your SMG, guides for your marksman rifles, guides for your armor, as far as talents and things like that. So really, really make sure you pay attention. Hit that subscribe button so you get the notification when those videos do go up. Make sure you hit the like button on the video today. If you do want to ask me any questions, make sure you comment down below. I do check all the comments. I will answer your questions. I really hope you're enjoying playing The Division. It's a great game. Incursions are coming out soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you ever want to play with me, hit me up. My Xbox gamer tag is Sloshed. I hope everyone has a great day. I will talk to you guys later.